Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Tech Motoring. Well, we are getting some new tires on the Fiat back there. So we'll be going out tomorrow morning, first thing in the morning, dropping the car off, getting some new tires, new shoes for the Fiat 500e. If you haven't seen any videos on this, make sure you go back in the channel. I'll post them up here as well. Take a look at when we got the Fiat 500e, and now we're going to finally start doing some work on it. So let's get the car over to the place that we're getting our tires done, tire shop, that's what you call it, get some tires on it, and let's see how the car rides. Alright everybody, welcome back. So we have the Fiat 500e that we just picked up about a week ago. So we are finally gonna we're gonna finally bring it in to get some new shoes put on, new tires. So just so if you're not aware, you haven't seen the previous episode, this is our new 2017, new to us I should say, Fiat 500e. Really awesome car. We have all the information about it on our video that we did just a little while back. You could take a look at that and see everything about this car. We get our first impressions of it and everything like that. So anyway, like I was saying, we're going to be getting new tires put on this car tomorrow, and we're going to see exactly how the car is. Now this car is a 2017, has about 23,000 miles on it, like I said, but these are the original tires, which means these are 7-year-old tires, and they are starting to show. So for instance, the back tires honestly don't look all that bad. As you can see, the wear mark in there is pretty good, actually. These tires have around, maybe 50%, maybe 40% of tread left, which is pretty good. However, the front tires, on the other hand, take a closer look at these, well, they're pretty much gone. You can see they are down to the wear marks there. So these tires are completely shot. So whoever owned this car prior to me definitely was having some fun with this car. And the weird thing about this car as far as rotating the tires is that these wheels are actually different sizes. And I don't mean the diameter of the wheel, I mean the width of the wheel. So we have 5.5-inch wide wheels up front, we have 6.5-inch wide wheels in back, and so that makes it kind of weird to rotate the tires. I suppose you still could put the wider wheels up front, but then you have this weird driving scenario with having the wider wheels up front. So not exactly the great for driving dynamics, but I suppose if you are in a pinch and just want to rotate your tires to keep them as long as possible, I guess you could do that, providing you're just driving easily with this car. So I will make a note of that when I drop off the car tomorrow. Let them know not to screw up which corner they're putting the tires back on, because it could be very easy for you to put mismatched wheel sizes on the wrong side of the car, or the wrong front or rear of the car. But anyway, yeah, so you're gonna join us in just a little bit, where I'm gonna wake up tomorrow. I have to drop the car off before work, bring the car in so they can start getting the tires swapped out, and then I'll be picking it up sometime tomorrow, give you some impressions of how the car drives with new tires, and we'll also show you the type of tires that I put on the car and why I chose those specific tires. And yeah, so really not going to cost me all that much for tires, less than $500 to do all 4 tires, and I'm getting an alignment done as well, just to make sure, because once again, I've only owned the car for about a week, don't know really how the alignment is. It feels like it's a little bit off. The car kind of pulls a little bit left when you hold the wheel straight, so I think the alignment just needs a little bit of work just to get it perfect. And then of course that'll also help a little bit with efficiencies, so the tires are nice and straight and doing what they should be doing. Anyway, I gotta go move the car now since I'm charging it up. It's good for tomorrow now, and we'll see you in the morning when we drop the car off. Good morning everybody, it's the day of the tire swap. Finally gonna get these old tires ripped off this car, put some new ones on. Oop, yep, that's right, I can unlock it. There we go. Got the huge trunk back here, plenty of space. There we go. Yeah, just enough to fit a backpack. Alright, let's get on the road. So one of the things you can tell right away in this car is kind of how loud it is in the cabin. It's pretty loud, and it doesn't help with the front tires being as bad as they are, because you hear like this on the front tires as you're driving, just because of how bad they are. I don't know if you can hear it. I'll stay quiet for a second. It's not as bad on this road as it is on some roads, but yeah, you can usually just hear the tires like and it's yeah, definitely in need of replacement. So I'm glad we're getting this done on the car. So yeah, we'll be over at the shop in less than 10 minutes. Ah yes, gotta love this road. Clunk, 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 clunk. God, it is so bad. All right, there is the place we need to be. So let's go ahead and e-brake this sucker right into a spot. Okay, maybe not, but at least I can do this here. There we go. I'll go park it over here, I guess. So if by any curiosity you have about the range of this vehicle, just to kind of give you an idea, we are here at 56%. I left home at 63. So I've burned 7% already this morning just trying to get here. And from here to my house is about 6.6 miles, give or take a little bit. So as you can see, we burn almost 1% per mile in this car, which is pretty crazy. It's not so much that it's an inefficient car, as much as it just has such a small battery. And as you can see right here with 56%, it still shows only 62 miles of range. I say only, but actually that's pretty good, because EPA range on this car is like 85, but Fiat's like, oh yeah, you could get like 100 on this car. So yeah, you could do 100 if you're going slow enough. Like for instance, you can see that in my last 80 miles or so, we've averaged about 151.7 mpge, only at an average speed of about 22 miles per hour, which, you know, once again, we just use this to get around town, so a lot of it is stop and go, so we're not really doing much consistent higher speeds. And honestly, I haven't even taken this on the highway since we got the car. Like the day I got the car, I took it on the highway, did about 70, 75, felt really good, really solid, but those front tires are just a little bit scary to drive at higher speeds with the condition that they're at, especially with them being original tires, 7 years old. So at this point, we are just here waiting for them to open at 7:30. I got here a little early to beat all the rush hour traffic, especially getting out of my neighborhood. And we're at a Black's Tire and Auto, which has been buying up like all the tire shops by me. I mean, I think we have 3 or 4 Black's Tire Autos now. Not exactly the nicest neighborhood in the Myrtle Beach area, but hey, you know what? You gotta do what you gotta do to get some tires on your car. But yeah, we're just waiting for them to open, and then we'll get our appointment all settled, and I'll come back later this afternoon to pick up the new tires. Also, always find this funny about this street here. Tattoo place, piercing, tattoo, vape shop. That, I believe, is a tattoo shop behind the sign there. Piercing store, and not sure what's on the end over there, but that's probably more tattoo place. So if you want a tattoo in the Myrtle Beach area or get a piercing, you know the road to be on right here. All right, just picked up the beast and got some new tires on it. Sounds really good. The ride is comfortable, like just a lot nicer overall. Like they're not as loud as the old ones. I can already tell just by the short driving I've done here. I'm just about to merge onto this road here. Let's see how it goes. Already, I can feel it's already a softer ride. Like just overall, just amazing. Oh, I got the sunroof open. Let me close the sunroof. Oh yeah, already can tell what a much softer ride. Much more comfortable, a lot less sound. Yeah, well worth it, well worth it. I'll show you the tires in just a little bit. All right, everybody. Well, it's been a couple days since I got the tires put on the car, and these are them right here. These are TBB tires, as you can see from the name right there. So nothing special, really kind of cheap tires. I didn't want to put anything crazy on these. These are obviously the 185 55 15, and they're 82V rated, so they're actually a little bit better than what was on the car initially. They were 82Hs. Not that that makes a big difference. You're not traveling really fast in this car as it is. So as you can see, the tread pattern on this is a pretty basic tread pattern. Just really like a basic touring tire, nothing special, but really cool. Good, much better ride now with these new tires on it. Really impressed, so really looking forward to yeah, getting these out on the road and doing some miles on them. As you can see, they're a model number TP16 is the model. Just in case you're a Fiat owner looking for some new tires and you're wondering what's out there and available, that is pretty much what I was able to get at a cheap price. So it's about $61 per tire is what I paid for these. And, you know, after you $61 a tire plus, you know, taxes, fees, and the obviously mounting, balancing, and then they have to throw in some shop fees, you're looking around just under $400 is what I paid. And then I got an alignment done, which was like another $100 for the alignment, and that ended up coming out to be about $475 in total. And just in case you were curious, I got the alignment done, so keep in mind that this car has about 23,000 or just under 23,000 when we brought it in for our tires. And as you can see, the alignment was not terrible. As you can see, we were a little bit out over here. And then, of course, they honed in all the other numbers as well. So really not terrible considering. I did feel the car pull just slightly to the left when I was driving it on the original tires. But honestly, the car was pretty straight to begin with. But this is the results of our you know, alignment being done. So honestly, the price wasn't too bad. You know, with an alignment for $475 is basically what it came out to be. That's not terrible. I always recommend getting alignments when you put new tires on a car. I really think that's like one of the biggest things. Like, don't put new tires on a car unless you're going to get an alignment. It's one of the biggest things that wears out tires. Yeah, it's an extra $100, $120 depending on where you go, but you know what? It's well worth its weight because those tires are expensive. Tires are getting expensive nowadays. For instance, for that Fiat, I really thought I was going to be able to pick up tires for like $40, $50, but there's really no such thing as like a $50 tire anymore. Yeah, I saw a couple that I was like, probably don't want to go that cheap on a tire because they just didn't look really good. But these were actually the recommended ones from where I went, Black's Tire and Auto. They were pretty cool about, you know, they're like, what kind of tires do you want? I'm like, just cheap. Like, I don't need anything special. Just give me the cheapest tire you can put that you would recommend. That's what I told them. I said, just give me the cheapest tire that you would recommend for this car. And those are the ones, the TBBs, that they came up with. And you know what? They feel great. They run great. It's not like I'm doing high-speed stuff in this car. I'm not tracking the car at all. This is just going to be the daily get-around town vehicle. You know, it's not really going to be for my commuting to work all that often. Occasionally I will because I just love that car. But really, it's just going to be for the basic get-around town stuff. I'm barely ever going to take it on the highway, to be honest with you. But when I do need to, it's only going to be for a short few miles anyway. So those are perfect for getting around town, perfect for that car. And, you know, just need to be a little bit easier on the throttle pedal so I'm not roasting the tires as easily. And that was really the issue with the old tires, as you saw. Front tires, bald. Back tires, actually not bad left. They had some life left in them, but, you know, good to put all four tires on that car because they were old. So I'm glad I got it done. And, yeah, that's pretty much the story of getting the tires done. Now, one other thing I wanted to send out there, because I know a lot of people may be asking the question of, you know, if you're getting ready to change your tires on your Fiat 500e specifically, why didn't you go with an EV specific tire? Well, two reasons for that. One is, if they have an EV specific tire, it would probably be super, super expensive. The other thing is, motorcycle. The other thing is that I really couldn't find one. I went through pretty much every single tire manufacturer's website for EV specific tires, and I struggled to find a single one that made one for that size tire. And so that made it difficult for me to even, number one, find one, but number two, if I could find one, it'd probably be like $200 a piece for those tires. So you know what? The original tires on that car weren't really EV specific, or at least I don't believe so. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. And so if the original ones weren't really EV specific, I'm not really losing anything by putting just regular tires on this car. In fact, I think the original tires on that car, which were the Firestone Firehawks, they might have actually been a little bit more aggressive or a more sticky tire, which actually might have made the efficiency of that car actually worse. So these tires being like a not performance-y tire might actually help its efficiency a little bit better in the long run. but we'll know when we drive the car around and see. In the meantime, I got some more videos coming out for the Fiat 500e, so make sure you stay tuned to the channel for those. I got some ideas that I want to do on the car, and we're going to shoot a video here in just a little bit about getting things ready on the car, fixing it up. Just things that I normally do with a new car when I get it, or a used car in this case. And yeah, we'll be doing that video today, actually. I'll be shooting that, so make sure you stay tuned to the channel for those as well. Anyway, I'd like to thank you very much for watching today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give it the thumbs up below. And of course, make sure you stay tuned to the channel for more Fiat 500e content, because we'll have a lot more soon. Thanks again, everybody, for watching today's episode, and we'll see you on the next one. And remember, welcome to the future, and welcome to Tech Motoring.